Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Fry Slay Drag Race Recap Podcast. I am your host, Sam Meier. I am joined by some other lovelies this evening. First of all, we have Rose's fan club over here, Miss Josh Mendelson. Josh, how you doing tonight, baby?
Hey, girl. I'm also the Megan McCain of this podcast. Love. Work. My girl Lupa slayed tonight, honey.
Your girl did slay tonight. We have some interesting thoughts. We also have Detroit's premier queen of mean, joined by the queen of the hair community, Alex and Daniela. Alex, how are you doing, baby?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm thrilled to be here. Thrilled to have this purple square in my face.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yes, purple square.
So fetch. Who is she? We don't know. Her face is blocked by a purple square. Daniela, baby, I love your pigtails tonight. You look so cute. How are you?
I am so excited to be back.
We're thrilled to have you, honestly. It's always a joy. So tonight we have season 13, episode 6. It is a disco dancing episode. Are y'all ready to work?
Yes.
I think V's ready to work. Yes, queen.
Yes, V. Work, daddy. So we get back after the lip sync. Lala is comparing the Candy Tamisha drama to an Atlanta strip club. The argument continues from the past episode, and we're getting a little bit of like an A team versus B team dynamic. Two members of the B team have gone home. Candy is a firecracker. Tamisha as well. And then we just sort of abruptly get into the mini challenge, where the challenge is they are going to pair off in duos and one trio and create wallpaper dresses. And they are actually going to have to model up against a background made of the same wallpaper. Josh, were there any standout wallpaper looks for you?
So I have a few. First, we have Gottmik as the sushi glamour. I loved it. Of course, the three of them paired up together. We had Gottmik, you have Candy Muse, and we have Tina Burnter, who are like
are mean girls.
The new Relaska Talks is what I was thinking. I don't know about y'all, but that's the vibes that I was getting from them. But
Gotcha.
And we love to see it. I think that's the mark of a legendary season is good alliances. Alex and Daniela, did you have any highlights from the mini challenge?
Gottmik was my favorite. I can't believe that they didn't win.
I was very surprised.
I feel like the Tiger King of it all, I guess, was topical at the time that was being filmed. Like they were probably like neck and neck, I guess, at the time, but like, you know, it's been months now, so for us it was just kind of weird to have the Tiger King reference.
Right.
But work, queens.
Daniela, how'd you feel?
I loved it. I loved Gottmik.
You loved it. We loved it.
I think that she was the winner. I don't understand why she wasn't.
I agree with you. It wasn't there for me. But Tamisha and Elliot actually were the winners, as we know. But we all loved Gottmik's look. Sorry about it. And then we find out what the maxi challenge for the week is. We are getting a dancing disco challenge.
And Sam, we have a couple more the standouts from that mini. I mean, you get pepperoni.
There were only four. There were only four, Josh, and we all loved Gottmik.
But I mean,
so we're moving on.
What about pepperoni?
Pepperoni nipples was cute.
That was cute.
Okay. It was fine. It was another Ruby Rod.
Yeah. Actually, there were 5.
There were five.
Okay. Oh yeah, there were 5. I'm sorry, there were 5.
That's okay.
Utica was also there.
I liked the pepperoni. I wanted a pizza. Okay. Anybody else?
It was very like Ruby Rod, I felt, with pasties. And Simone like just did a Ruby Rod look, so I was like, okay. I don't know if I'm here for another Ruby Rod look from you, Simone.
Fancy slice.
Fancy a slice.
Some Gin Lemon, legendary queen walking off Drag Race UK last night. We love to see it. So we get into the disco mentary, and the teams that were there for the mini challenge are actually going to be present for the main challenge as well. So our first segment is Birth of Disco featuring Gottmik, Candy, and Tina. Oh, Dolores also wanted a personal pepperoni pizza. Okay, Dolores, we'll
Thank
get
you,
you a little
Dolores.
Lunchable
Welcome
girl.
to Team Josh. Thank you.
And addressing the Ginny drama, V. Martin saying, Ginny broke their heart. Bendela Part 2, the shequel, the theyquel, honey. I get it. I feel it. It was sad, but it also felt so right. So, into the challenge. Birth of Disco, Gottmik, Candy, and Tina. Disco and Sex is Tamisha and Elliot with 2 toes. Studio 54 is Utica and Olivia. Disco, I actually did not get that one. Disco what is next?
Disco fashion.
Disco fashion is
Denali.
Rose and Denali. And then
Yes.
Disco Sucks is Lala and Simone.
Yeah.
Not all these teams are set up for success, but overall, I think it's like relatively well balanced. You don't look at any teams and say like, oh, they are, they're not good. Alex, Daniela, how did y'all feel about just how this team separation went down?
What I want to know is, do you think that they were being shady by giving these routines to any of the certain queens? Like, do you think that when they made these decisions that they were setting anyone up? Because you said that they were not, but I kind of feel like they were kind of shady towards Elliot and Tamisha.
And Tamisha, yes,
I think that was the hardest one. Absolutely.
I would say though that Rose's and Denali's was also pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the obvious best one to get was Disco Sucks. That was the one to have.
Yeah.
Hi, Aldair.
Lala and Ree, Lala, Ree, and Simone killed it.
Yeah.
I was actually so happy to finally see Lala Ree slay a challenge.
We'll get there. We'll get into how they all performed in a minute, Miss Thing. Josh, you want to say hi to Aldair?
Hi, Aldair. You can watch it. I'm pretty sure if you are in the United States, I'm pretty sure you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
The next day.
In international, I feel like there's links. But message one of us and I can find a way for you to see it.
Message one of us, we'll help you.
Tweet at Couch Potato Queens. That's QWNZ.
Z. Yes.
Okay, moving on. We get the Rue visits, the interviews that we see week to week. It really, I don't know. I didn't feel that there were any like major standout moments in the interviews this week. Josh, did you think there were was there anything that stuck out to you in the Rue visits?
A little bit. I think Rose realizing that she needs to get vulnerable. I feel like, and I am Team Rose, but Rose hasn't really shown us that ugly side yet. You know what I mean? And we've talked about this forever. You got to show that ugly side to do well on the show. You got to be vulnerable. And Rose hasn't yet. It's kind of like Jan 2.0 a little bit, where she's always come close, but never been that top spot yet because she hasn't gotten vulnerable. So
because she wears too much tulle. I totally get it.
It's hard to be vulnerable when you have so much tulle on.
We just need her to be human.
A massive tulle.
It's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Sam, also the Candy Muse line of not knowing the difference between Donna Summers and Diana Ross.
Iconic.
So one is like flowy and fun and bopping hair, and the other one's dead.
That was a great moment. I will agree. Are you coming around on Candy Muse, Josh?
No, I don't like Candy Muse. I don't.
Okay.
I think Candy Muse is a bully.
Moving on.
I
Because
do.
we have different opinions and we know that.
Well,
Alex and
you're alone on
Daniela,
that.
any moments in the Rue visit that stood out to you?
I mean, it's always shady when they don't show the walkthrough with a couple of the girls. So, we only got to see those 2 walkthroughs. We up until really the challenge, Olivia Lux has gotten no screen time. So I was shocked that Olivia Lux had no screen time. Really, she said 2 words until the main stage. So that's something that really stood out to me.
Her smile says it all. She doesn't have to say much. That's true.
And I agree. Like until they were like prepping for the challenge, because then of course down the line.
Yeah.
So we get into rehearsal, and Elliot with two toes is the first to bring out the Mean Girls trio, aka the Plastics, aka Gottmik, Tina, and Candy, and I'm here for it. We have a named alliance in this game, folks.
Iconic.
Prime reality television.
I
Iconic.
love it. It's the new Relaska Talks. We haven't had a Relaska Talk since Relaska Talks, and I'm loving it.
I do want to say about this, there's a ton of people online who are sending a ton of hate to Candy Muse right now and to Tina Burner, and it's honestly really gross that the things that they're saying. But I think it's fierce that they have this alliance, because some of the most iconic seasons are the ones that have these kinds of alliances. Like Drag Race UK, you have the Vivian, you have Baga, iconic. You have Relaska Talks, iconic. The fact that we're getting this right now, I'm here for it.
Heathers and Boogers.
Heathers and Boogers, come on.
But, you know, and also Relaska Talks, if you don't recall, they were kind of the villains.
Yeah,
Miss Roxy Andrews, where my people at? Where my people at? Where my people at? I'm gonna show them.
This is a Roxy Andrews Stan podcast now, if you didn't know. We're obsessed.
Shout out Roxy Andrews.
Shout out Roxy Andrews. Keep doing your thing, girl. We love to see it. So next we get into the rehearsal. We get the Plastics, but then also significantly, we find out that Tamisha, from her surgeries, from her cancer, has an ostomy bag, which makes it incredibly difficult for her to really be as active as she used to be. And I get it. That cannot be easy. But you also have to wonder, you know, like, what are these sort of accessions you make to a relatively disabled contestant, you know, who has some level of disability, physical disability in this competition? What sort of concessions do you make for them? Josh, what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? All I have to say is I love Tamisha. I do. And this just like warmed my heart. I mean, I just love her. And, you know, it's such a gray area though. Like, do we look past it because Tamisha has this, or do we not, and say, you know, Tamisha still should be judged just as everybody else? So I can't decide really. I really like Tamisha, and I don't want her to be judged by that. I love her. She's adorable.
No, and I don't think,
you know, she wasn't really allowing anyone to judge her by that. She didn't tell anyone. I mean, we just found this out. Even with her outfits, you would have never ever guessed that she's carrying something extra along with the weight of just dealing with that. I mean, high stress situation. It really is hard to watch someone going through that and knowing they're kind of dealing with it alone. She just now opened up about it.
And yeah, David loves drag ochre.
Hi, David.
I agree with you completely, though. I think it is really difficult knowing everything that Tamisha has gone through. She is a legend. You know, she is a legendary mother.
It is a mother.
Cannot take that away. While at the same time, that does not mean every competition is made for a legendary mother.
I agree, but and this might be a little controversial. Is Tamisha maybe past her days to be on Drag Race on that end, being a mother? Would you say that? Would you not? I don't know. I love her and I'm happy she's there and she's showing a side of drag that I am loving. It's classic. But like, I don't know. I had that debate tonight, but I'm mixed up on how I feel about that.
I feel like Tamisha is classic, and Tamisha brings classic beauty and classic drag. And that's honestly something nowadays that Drag Race doesn't really showcase and doesn't really have. So when you do get a queen that is as classically beautiful and classically just drag as Tamisha, that is unique on Drag Race. And that is something we don't see anymore. So I could definitely see Tamisha coming back for an All-Stars. 100% see Tamisha.
Okay.
I absolutely could. If Tamisha is up for the challenge herself, I think they'd have her back anytime.
She's so lovable.
And I think she could potentially go on and only get stronger from this.
Oh, yeah.
So then we get to prepping for the main stage. We get a really beautiful sort of weight loss, bullying, outpouring from Olivia. And I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it was handled really well.
Yeah.
It wasn't, one of the previous seasons where people are like crying. Candy, we get more of her backstory and what a turbulent situation she grew up in. And that she really acknowledges that this fighting that's been going on was a regression for her to, what she came up with. And to me, and Tamisha as well, is saying that she grew up in the projects and does all this to honor her cheerleading coach, Miss Kim. Candy and Tamisha, I really think we got to know them on an even deeper level in this episode.
Yeah.
I think it was wonderful.
I agree. And can I say, Olivia Lux's story you're mentioning was just, I felt close to her. She lost all this weight and was on a weight loss journey and really discovered herself at that. It was such a beautiful story, and I was all here for it. I love Olivia. And before, we were thinking she needs to show up. She needs to show up. Then we see the story. So it's like, yay, maybe she's going to show up tonight. To be determined.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
It's true.
Love Olivia. She's been one of my favorites since the beginning. She totally fell into the background, and tonight she fucking rocked it. But I also want to comment real quick. Candy Muse, I know she gets a bad rep for being such a bully and so just loudmouth, but the fact that her mom was in and out of jail, that's a lot of anger there. That can cause a lot of anger issues.
I agree. She's had it rough. She's had it really rough, but she came out of it, and as a mother, honey, she works all those Amon children. They're all hers. So mad respect.
Are you still talking about Tamisha?
We were talking about Candy.
No, she was talking about Tamisha.
No, she's talking about Candy.
Her mom in and out of. Oh, sorry. Tamisha was talking about how she grew up in that. Sorry. Just ignore me and let me look pretty, okay?
But it does show that they have a lot of similarities. I mean, maybe that's why they butted heads so much.
Yeah.
And like what V
really
said,
true.
It was nice to see them actually bond and put last week's shit behind them. It was, they really got some reconciliation, which I think is also good for the fan bases, because Candy's been getting death threats. Tamisha fans are ravenous, and it's drag. I understand you want to fight for your girl, but do not send another queen death threats. Do not threaten to burn, Tina Burner.
I don't care who you are rooting for right now. If you're watching, please go send a nice comment to Tina Burner and to Candy Muse, because they are going through it.
They need it.
They
send
need
them
it. They
some
need
love.
support. Yeah.
So we get to Ru coming out on the runway. I just need to take a moment. And Violet, if you're watching, hi Violet.
Hi Violet.
Dolores. Incredible.
Dolores, she was worried about you, John.
Dolores,
We all
can you
were.
please come on our show sometime? I want you on our show. Please message one of us with your info. We're bringing you on. You're coming on for a show, no question.
And David, we understand people have to do shows, but I will not be seeing Tina Burner's show because I am not going anywhere because there is a pandemic. Moving on.
I'm sure they're doing the precautions, but you will not see us out there.
Back to Violet, though. Hello, Violet, baby.
Hi, Violet.
We loved this RuPaul gown tonight, and we thought you would too. Violet, for those of you watching at home, is Daniela's beautiful daughter.
That's my girl.
She's a big fan of the
Violet.
show.
Hi.
I'm on a fantasy league for RuPaul's Drag Race. She helps me pick my choices. She is so dead on, but I will say her favorite drag queen of all times is RuPaul. Her favorite thing, sashay away and lip sync for your life. My girl is on point. She knows it all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we thought that this look tonight would be one of Violet's all-time favorites. It is a beautiful sequin, multicolored sort of purple gown with a big ruffle around the neck with pink lining. It was
Stunning.
the best look. Ru is turning out some of the best looks she's ever turned out, period.
Oh, yeah.
This year, UK as well. If anyone saw UK, RuPaul's runway on UK was top notch as well.
Oh, the turquoise with the shoulders.
It's that 2020 look, Henny. That's what that is.
I love it. I love it. So I want to get into this challenge, though, because it was really fun. First group out, Candy, Gottmik, and Tina. I thought that Tina was serving face. I loved her gown. Candy, though, I was noticing it during the actual event. That face was going blank a lot. She was looking at her sisters a lot. And Mick was good. Mick was solid.
Fine.
Mick was middle of the road to me. We were all saying we didn't get that much limelight from Mick this week.
Yeah.
But really, I noticed Candy wasn't doing that good. I mean, I wasn't seeing that. Tina was fun. Tina was having fun, doing a good time. But like Candy kind of looked like lost.
Mm-hmm.
She was just too concerned with what the other girls were doing. She wasn't focusing on what she was doing, and it was throwing her off.
Yeah, she's not a choreo girl.
No, and it's sad because she could be. Like, she could
I know.
serve so much attitude, and it's not coming through yet.
Yeah.
So next we got Tamisha and Elliot with Two Teeth. I thought it was good. I thought it was solid when we watched it. I didn't think there was anything to write home about. I thought Tamisha did the same face she does every episode.
I think Elliot did good. I know everyone hates Elliot, blah, blah, blah. Elliot is a dancer. Elliot was going to do good this week.
Fine.
Exactly. Tamisha didn't do as good, but I thought they did fine. And by the way, I don't think anyone truly did bad in this challenge.
True.
No.
This challenge was iconic. This is one of the best challenges I've seen in a long time, not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, Tamisha was kind of weak in the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
For that level. Everyone did great, though.
Mm-hmm. Tiffany agrees with me. Tamisha doesn't perform with her face, and it's unfortunate. It's club face. Been talking about it since the beginning. I look for it all the time because some girls do it, and you just notice it. And unfortunately, it tends to be more of a thing with girls who do, multiple shows a week, every week. The workhorse queens.
Job.
Yeah, because it's their job. I get it.
Yeah.
But Dolores, true, they all brought it today. We couldn't agree more. And I would argue that what we are getting from the US and from the UK are the best seasons. They are both iconic seasons for the franchise. It's incredible. What a time to be alive.
Really.
So next we get to Utica and Olivia. Utica is a mess.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. She's trying. She's camping it up. She's giving us face. She's giving us wibbledy wobbledy. They did not think it was kimchi chic.
No.
But she tried. She gave it. You could tell she was giving it her best. And that's what I expect from Utica on this. But Olivia slayed it. Olivia was great.
Oh yeah.
Alex, Daniela, what were your thoughts on Utica and Olivia as a pair?
I think this really stood out as making Olivia so strong and Utica so weak because they were on stage together. Yeah. I think if Utica and Tina had been switched, we might have had different tops and bottoms, honestly.
I mean, talk about odd couple. They did not mesh well. They each performed okay separately. I mean, Olivia Lux was my choice for that. She
did some steamrolling, rolling on the river tonight.
Utica, I always like what she does, but for the challenge, it didn't say disco.
No,
that wasn't disco to me.
Oh, by the way, Joe, happy birthday!
Happy major birthday, Josie!
Happy birthday, Joe. We love you. I just have to say, I had so much fun tonight watching Olivia Lux. Had so much fun, and it was a blast. She looked like she was having a party doing that. I loved watching her, and she was incredible. She was so much fun tonight. I was living, y'all.
Everything about her was perfect. I agree.
Yep. And Tiffany, we get it. Utica is one of our favorites as well, but they told her not to do camp, and she did camp. They want her to be serious. And Judge, I know you had a good comparison for her.
I did. I'm going to compare her to Max from season 7. So the reason I'm going to say this is she is great, but it's kind of one-dimensional. It's kooky and weird, but that's all she's giving us week and week and week and week. She's not giving us versatility yet. She's not giving us glamour. There are some queens who come on and give us camp, and they're camp queens, but they give us glamour and other sides to them that surprise us. Right now, Utica's given the same thing week after week, and that's kind of what Max did with the old lady look and never gave us anything more than that. So I really hope we can see some more versatility from Utica. That's what I'm thinking.
And I think we're all in agreement on that. Yeah.
Because we love Utica, absolutely. Mm-hmm. We are Utica fans, stands all around here.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. But I would love to see her realize how fashionable she is. She could she could compete with someone like Simone in a fashion competition.
Absolutely.
She did last week, but if she was taking herself seriously, it would be a completely different side of her that we'd love to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If she just leaned in, we want to see a little killer. You know, it's almost like she's too nice and like doesn't realize she's competing.
Tiffany does say she does have the fashion, which I agree she does, but it's like Tim Burton fashion. It's like kooky fashion. So she does have the fashion,
but
fashion,
she doesn't
darling.
present it as fashion.
Yes,
but
exactly.
It's more kooky and weird fashion.
But she could present it as fashion.
Yeah.
She's framing literally the experience of the viewer incorrectly.
Correct.
If she walks a little differently, if she holds her face differently, all of that works still to her advantage. It doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, look at Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
She's a kooky bitch too. I did not see anything that had to do with disco with Utica tonight. She said she was channeling Audrey Hepburn, I think.
On the runway.
She was channeling her
On the
earrings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. So next up we have Rosé and Denali, who I would argue was the strongest, one of the two strongest duos of the night. I think we lost Alex and Daniela, but we'll get them back, baby.
We
Josh,
will
it's
get
just
them.
you and me for now. Oh, here they are.
I'll bring
Hi,
them right on
girls.
back in.
Bring them back.
Yeah.
Just taking a little potty break.
Bring back my girls.
I'll talk about Rosé while that happens. I'll tell you that.
Back my girls.
Bring back my girls.
Did you cut out just to do that?
They just did.
So Rosé and Denali, I thought they killed it at the choreo. Rosé looked the best. Dolores, I know you were worried. We brought them back again. I think Rosé looked the best she looked all season. I thought her look was stunning. I thought they killed the choreography. I thought they looked gorgeous. I was so proud of both of them. Josh, you were chomping at the bit to get in here.
I mean, you already took it away from me, so why even try?
No, this look was stunning. It really was.
I'm kidding, bitch.
I was just so happy to see Rosé showing off her beautiful body.
She's stunning.
For once, she didn't look like a complete square box. She's got the most beautiful body. I hope to see more of it.
Yes. I think this look that Rosé wore for this challenge, I liked more than her lady look during the Lady and the Vamp challenge.
Okay.
And it's because it seemed the most genuine and not like the most, this is going to be my RuPaul's Drag Race moment, you know? Like, it just seemed like she was being herself.
I agree completely. I think this was like her time where she was like, I'm looking good. The body looks good. The dancing looks good. I'm being vulnerable on the dance floor. She was dropping her Katya on the dance floor. She was doing good. And this is the first time, as I'm saying, she really, I think, threw out her ugliness on the dance floor. I really think we got some vulnerability.
She was open, you know, she was moving. She was, she was very in the moment. It was really fun. Yes, Dolores, Rosé was gorgeous. I completely agree.
Absolutely.
And Juicy, I see your comment. We'll get there, baby.
And not a runway.
Right.
Yeah,
Weird.
no, I mean, the best she's looked. Then we get a good, nice group dance. Everyone looks great. And then Lala and Simone come in for Disco Sucks and slay it.
Kill it.
Kill it. I mean, like, fluids all over the floor. Like,
Lala was giving me life, Sam. Yeah. Lala was giving me life tonight. Went from worst dressed last episode to slaying it on the dance floor.
She stepped that pussy up.
Yeah, she did step that pussy up.
And I will say, this was my first cry of the episode. Lala Ree slaying it in this challenge. I cried. I did.
Yep. It was a feeling challenge, not a dance challenge, and I agree completely, Tiffany. It was, I mean, incredible. It was incredible. I loved it.
It was perfect for them. Both of them. They slayed
Forget what I said about my favorite duo. I mean, like, Rosé and Denali and Lala and Simone were like neck and neck for me. I thought they all did incredible. Every single one of them did great. So then we get into the runway. And V, we share your opinion. Disappointed that Lala wasn't in the top.
Lala and Rosé should
robbed.
And we'll get there as to why they probably were not in the top.
So this runway was such a defining moment for so many queens in this episode.
Absolutely.
When everyone is good and when everyone's performing at such a high level, it can come down to a single moment, a runway decision, I think weeks before you're even in the competition, that can just take you out of the top.
Yep.
So, juicy. I wanted a reprise of BB as Diana Ross. Absolutely. Bringing
What's
that
most BB singing All Stars as she did.
And Joseph, don't worry about mixing everything up. I'm right there with you. A pint of Woodbridge down, and we're mixing it up, baby.
Stay born.
Cheers.
Okay. Calm it down, everyone. So, the runway's little black dress, and I think how we should do this today. Large fry, this boosted this person in the competition. Medium fry, this kept the person where they were going to end up at based on the challenge. Small fry, this took down the person. And a dress, if you think that this, because I think for a few of them, this dictated the fate of the top three. So we start with Tina Burner. Tina comes out in a splattered wet paint coverall look, tears it off, and she's got sort of a sequin and latex scenario. It might not have been sequins, but a latex trimmed dress that looked like wet paint in her signature colors. Kind of a rough, short orange ombre, or I don't know even the word, streaked wig. I thought it was a medium fry. Tiffany loved it. She said it was a large fry. Josh, how did you feel about Tina's look?
I'm going to do it like I'm ordering Thai food. I'm going to say medium plus, honey. Medium plus. Okay. Get that plus in. I usually do mild plus, but
Alex, how did you feel?
Because of the reveal, I'm going to give that a large fry. I liked it. I was entertained.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that. I agree with Tiffany and Alex. Large fry. At first I was like, what the fuck? This isn't a little black dress. And then she whipped it off and was dripping.
But
I loved it.
But I will say that wig was a boot.
Yeah. Wow. I thought it was fine. I think most of our audience is saying medium fry.
Yeah.
Dolores loved it. Dolores, we disagree on that one, but it's only a little disagreement.
We agree, Dolores.
We agree with you.
True on the wig. So next we get into Candy, who I thought this was an interesting reference because it is a similar dress to the Comme des Garçons dress that Aja wore for the Lady Gaga challenge in the first episode of season 9. I thought it was a really interesting mother-daughter connection. I love it because the purpose of it was to rebel against the structures of the fashion industry, of what body proportion should look like. I think it's a moment, and it's exciting. I loved it. Daniela, how did you feel about it?
I agree. I think that everything she's doing, it's all about body positivity.
Agreed.
The outfit was not your typical beautiful body shape. And Candy Muse on every single competition so far she's not snatching her waist. She's not stuffing her bra. She is rocking her beautiful body. And I really love that about her. And I thought that was a beautiful ode to that.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to be a Megan McCain of this chat here, but I'm going to agree with Jack and V and say that it was definitely a medium fry. I think y'all are praising something that has already been done before. Asha did it in All Stars.
But it's her mom.
You know what? I think it's overdone. It's been done before. It's like when it's hold please. Okay, still Olivia Lux coming out in the TKO outfit just after Simone did. It's kind of like that in my opinion. And I wasn't impressed. It was medium. Sorry, y'all. Can't agree on everything.
You can take the medium.
This look is an iconic look outside of Drag Race, and it's a higher reference than Drag Race in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So I think that this look works for me because I am familiar with the reference.
The Art World Queens were losing it. I promise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it because this kind of art and this kind of drag is not for everybody, and it doesn't always translate to Drag Race well. Mm-hmm. So I totally get what you're saying.
And V, just because Candy called her mama out does not mean it's not her mama. Okay.
My mom and I fight all the
I'll
time.
just
I
go,
love
her
you so
mama.
much.
Tiffany, still her mama. Maury said she's not the mother. Girl.
You do that,
V, I need to hit you up soon if you can tell. Very much so.
Back on topic, Josh. It does not matter what you say about your mama, what sort of fight you get in with your mama, she's still your mama.
Yes, Violet. Did you hear that?
So next we get over to Gottmik's look. It is a miniature, like a truly miniature black dress covering up Gottmik's cookies.
Yes!
I was gagged. It was hilarious. It was well executed. Large fry.
Extra large fry. That was incredible.
I think that this outfit kept Gottmik safe.
Yeah.
I think it cemented Gottmik in safety.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. But I thought it was so much fun. It was outside the box.
I'll think about it.
Very pro Gottmik's body and Gottmik's journey, I think. Everything Gottmik's gone through, and I loved it. And Gottmik is hot, y'all. Hot.
Yeah. Just a hot person. Large fries, I think, all around.
All around.
I say supersized. It's one of my top ones today.
Dolores
supersized coming in from the audience. Dolores V. Tiffany Sharon in the thirst. Everyone's loving Gottmik.
Supersized fry for that tiny black dress.
Oh,
I think, can we all just Elliot with two toes is giving us sort of Real Housewives, talking about real woman. And I'm like, the female illusion, I thought we were just done with a long time ago. After like Chanel in season 1.
Yeah. I think we can pass Elliot.
Yeah.
I think we can pass Elliot. Not even fry. Bye. Next. Okay.
Honestly, Elliot's look probably stopped them from winning on some level. Potentially.
I don't think Elliot would have won anyway, but I just wasn't. That was not the tea hunty.
I feel like give us back Joey J and take Elliot. Come on.
Seriously. Yeah. Give the people what they want.
Right. Elliot was average.
Early Real Housewives, agreed. So next we get over to Tamisha, who is giving us a neopene. That's what happens
Neapolitan girl, the ice cream.
So you get a neoprene structural black dress, with sort of a shoulders action. It was basic. It was what we expect from Tamisha Iman. It is a dress that a woman would wear.
Yeah. And like, she made that dress. So
a spicy woman.
Fierce. You made that dress. I couldn't do that. Half of those queens couldn't do that.
And
so
the judges mentioned the type of fabric neoprene, she used was such a difficult fabric to work with. But
when you're on a stage next to someone like Mick, it just they're entirely different looks.
It's not memorable.
I love Tamisha, but it wasn't special.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was okay.
It's a medium fry for me just because it wasn't it wasn't like bad, but it didn't change her position at all.
For me, it was like a medium fry.
Exactly, V. Exactly. Funeral queen realness.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It is one of her better looks, though. I will agree that it was a clean look, but it was like medium small.
Who's next?
Sorry. Next up, we get Olivia, who chose very boldly to go with a disco Shaka Khan hair moment.
Gorgeous.
Huge, sort of auburn curls. Her hair is gorgeous. Her beat was done. I mean, she looked great. And then just a very simple little tube dress, giving me sort of like an 80s look a little bit. It was really basic, but she looked great.
Yes. Yeah. That hair, I loved the hair. The hair was all around amazing.
In a black trash bag. I don't care. I was looking at her face, her hair. She sold me to
that dress was not good. The accoutrements on the dress were gold. The shoes were silver. It was not good. But Olivia sold that bad dress on that runway. Absolutely. So work, girl.
I compare it to when Carrie Bradshaw got married at the courthouse at the end in those blue pumps, and those blue pumps sold everything she could have literally worn trash bags.
Yeah.
That's what I'll compare.
I love this, Tiffany. All right, Tia Coffee. For those of you watching UK,
Oh, girl, that is a comparison. That's a choice.
it is a
Tia
choice,
Coffee.
but it's not totally
Ooh.
wrong. But Olivia slayed it tonight.
Ooh, Lord.
Next, we get over to Utica, earring inspired. So her look was inspired by the earrings she was wearing, but it was an earring inspired black and gold look. Now, we knew that it was inspired by the earrings because she said it when she was walking down, and we were all like, oh my God, work. But I can completely understand how the judges watching are like, what's going on here?
I wouldn't have got it.
I thought the look was, the look is a large fry to me with an explanation.
Yes.
It is a no salt large fry.
It's back to what I was saying
It's
earlier.
fresh, but there's no,
It's an unsalted fry. That's what it is. It's just.
It didn't have to be disco. The challenge was little black dress for the
I'm
runway.
stuck on disco.
It was cute. I liked it, but it was too
drinking
cute.
whiskey.
I've been drinking whiskey. I wanted everything disco. The lip sync song wasn't disco. I want more disco.
We'll get there. We'll get there, y'all. Thoughts on Utica's look, Daniela?
I love Utica, and I think she looked amazing. I thought she was supposed to be disco. So now that I'm not judging her on that, large fry.
Josh, what was it for you?
Small fry. Sorry,
you didn't like it?
What?
Didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Did you see her lips?
It wasn't little black dress. It was kooky, and I wasn't feeling it today. Sorry, Utica.
I think sort of mixed reviews on this one. I think some of us loved it. I think some of us, weren't feeling it.
It's a large fry with the explanation, and it's a medium fry without. That's how I feel.
So next we get over to Denali. Beautiful but simple Black Widow look. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was cleanly executed. When she lifted her arms and we got the web, it was a moment.
We had a gay gasp, a very gay gasp when she opened the web, and a gay gasp when she opened the hat.
But honestly, it was still like a medium plus fry for me. Josh, how did you feel?
I gave it a large fry. I thought it was so cool. I loved it being the Black Widow, and she's saying that she was a spider's victim and then said, I'm the Black Widow. Incredible. Loved. I loved it. It was cool. Outside the box. And at first I didn't know what it was, and she opened her arms and it was the spider. Loved it, Denali. I love her.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool take on little black dress. Mm-hmm. You're not just walking down the runway in a little black dress. You had a theme, but it wasn't like so themed that it monopolized the whole look. I thought she did great. I give that a large fry, but not like a supersized large fry, just a large.
I wanted more net too, Dolores. Joseph didn't
Sam
like
and
the
Dolores finally on the same page against the rest of us.
Medium plus, D-Lo, you and me. So Viga's large fry. Here's the thing, is that I don't think it boosted Denali's place in the competition.
No, not at all.
And that's why I give it a medium plus. It was cleanly executed, but it did not. She could have been up there. She was a great dancer. She performed well.
Yeah. She could have been. I agree.
And speaking of, Rosé comes out looking like a drag toaster strudel.
Girl was getting Kleenex box.
My God. Soap in the shower wrapped
Loofah. Bravo, if anyone watches that. No, that was... okay, as me, the Penelope taint of Rosé. I was really disappointed by that look. In fact, I think that look cost her from being in the top 3, potentially winning the entire challenge, because she probably had arguably one of the best performances in that main challenge. Mm-hmm. I think, in that dress destroyed it. What was she thinking?
Rosé literally did it again. Get the tool away from this girl.
Thank you.
I mean, we asked her to show us ugly, and
she did.
Fuck, man.
That could have been in the ugly challenge. That could have been Katya's. Okay.
Is charcoal fashion. That's what Santa's gonna be putting in her stocking for that look.
Lord.
I will say though, this was my favorite of the Rosé tool outfits.
No,
because it was so weird.
It was so bad.
I would have liked it, I think, maybe if it was like the only tool look we've seen from her, but it was so shapeless. Like it was almost if it was like I don't know, in a former life, like a hot dog costume.
Stop.
Do you know what I'm saying though? Of like how
A
it
hot
fit?
dog house? I was
Sexy
thinking like
look
Right?
to the Kleenex tissue box.
Like, imagine Rose in the workroom at like putting on that gorgeous outfit she wore during the challenge and then taking
And then
it off
being
and being like,
I'm
"Yep,
gonna put
going
this big
down the
square
runway."
on.
guys, I
Thank
don't mean to be
you.
Miss
Look like a Brillo
Nasty.
pad.
I don't mean to be
No.
Miss Nasty, but it kind of looked like a used Kleenex, if you know what I'm saying.
It's a Brillo
Stop.
pad.
A used
Something you get
Kleenex.
your pans really sparkly with.
Yes. Oh, yes. We agree with all of you, Courtney. Welcome to the pod, girl. I agree. I agree with all of you. I think that we were all disappointed. I don't know how you could give that a medium fry. That was one of the worst looks of the season.
What?
I mean, it was not.
Come on.
Definitely a small fry. I'll even say it was a small
Trash
fry.
the look. You can't just come in and say medium fry.
Ooh. Woof.
You called it a Brillo pad. What are you on?
V is just being fabulous.
Dolores, I agree. I don't know
can
what
see
size.
that, Dolores.
Yeah, I could. It was because it was schmedium. Agreed.
Schmedium.
Schmedium. It's a schmedium. Lala comes in then.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
So Lala comes in. So Lala comes in a gown that is too short. Unfortunately, her poussoir is trying to present itself to the world. It is a very short, really shirt.
I'm in love with the stripper.
With a beautiful like sort of bedazzled collar. Very scaled down Tyra Sanchez season 2 episode 2 runway.
Yeah.
That we just watched.
Girl, she's working those legs. She's like 8 feet tall. She can work those legs. Okay.
So
I thought she was sexy. I
think
liked
she
it.
looked sexy. She did look sexy.
It was definitely season 2 Tyra. I was thinking the same thing, Sam. Definitely. That was like hooker heels from season 2. Maybe Shangela's corn was better. I don't know.
It was, I did not think it was the look. I thought it was, I mean, she was literally like adjusting it to try and hide
Can
her
we
top.
just ask the audience a really quick question, y'all? Shangela's corn outfit or Lala Ree's outfits this week and last week? Tell me what's better.
You can't put this week and last week in even close to the same boat.
Or this week's hooker heels or last
anything
or
Lala Ree gives
Shangela's
over
corn.
Shangela any day.
What?
I'm sorry.
This is about to get nasty.
Lala Ree's floppy bag sack lunch outfit over Shangela any day.
Don't come for my corn.
We can't, y'all. I love y'all. We cannot get into this now. You can stab each other after the pod. So getting into it, Simone comes out with a stunning rings and ball hair sculpture. She has a braiding hair bikini. To every queen that has ever done a hair look, that's how you do it right.
Yes.
Large fries across the board for Simone.
Large fries. Simone always brings it. We're not surprised here. Simone slays.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we can pass that because Simone's gonna Simone's gonna kill it every week. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So now we get into tops and bottoms. Super size from Tyler for Simone.
Absolutely.
V loved Simone. Large fry. XL, Simone.
We all agree, Simone.
Everyone loves Simone. So we get into the tops and bottoms. Tina, they loved her performance and they didn't love her look. Candy, they loved her look on the runway, but they didn't love the makeup. There was some dialogue about the makeup and hair. Plain challenge look and relying on her personality. Elliot with 2 T's, 2 regular on the runway. They did read her for, but they loved her performance. Tamisha is one of our bottoms this week. They read the neoprene and sort of how it was crunching a little bit. Her lack of emotion when she was performing, a little stiffness, being a little off. Olivia, they were obsessed with. They loved her little mini Birkin bag, which has become her signature. They loved all her hair. And Utica, they saw the camp going too far. Ultimately, Olivia is given the win, which I think well deserved. absolutely well deserved. I thought that for the lip sync, Utica. Lip sync Utica is safe, and Tamisha and Candy are going to be our two lip syncers.
Of course.
We get now. Here's a moment where I'm like, I feel this was
Last
a
Dance.
production decision where they even talked about Last Dance. Which, I mean, can you do that again after the iconic Mimi I'm First moment? Can you do it again? I think that's the last chance for that song. But we get Hit 'em Up Style, which seems...
What the hell?
I understand that both
Blue
queens...
Control.
I could understand both of the queens doing this lip sync well. I can see both of them performing it well, but I mean, this is really, if we're going to talk about Candy's wheelhouse, this is it. I mean, this is it.
I do want to point out, Dolores, I see your pun. Love it.
She won by a hair.
So now I would like to talk really quickly, though, about this was a dramatic episode where the runway changed a lot.
Yeah.
And
which
Josh,
we don't see a lot.
And Josh, I'm going to come to you first with this.
Yeah.
But my question is, was there anyone on that stage tonight, and it could be multiple people, but anyone on that stage tonight who you felt should have been in a different position than they ended up in?
Absolutely. If not counting outfits, I definitely think Lala Ree.
We're counting outfits. Well, yeah, I guess not counting outfits. I don't know.
Lala Ree and Rosé, I think, at least Rosé, I truly believe this week should have been in the top because, yeah, her outfit sucked, but her performance, as I said, she got ugly. She brought it to the table. She showed her emotions. I think Rosé truly deserved to be there. Over Tina, maybe. And I think that Elliott shouldn't have been there. I think Lala Ree should have been there. I think Lala Ree brought it this episode in the dance as well. She slayed that pussy on the floor after being so terrible last round. I think the two of them should have been in the top. Bottoms, I agreed with all three.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as Josh.
Okay. Yeah, Daniela, how did you feel? Anyone who you thought should have gotten moved around?
I was really sad that Lala was safe.
Yeah.
I think she should have been in the top.
And then they read her for the dress length.
Yeah, I liked the dress length. Honestly, Lala can do whatever. Her balls could have been hanging out, and I would have been happy about it.
Yeah,
shorten the skirt, even shorter, honey. I liked it all.
And honestly, I would argue, I thought Simone could have ended up in the top as well. I thought she could have been a good candidate.
Yeah, Simone too.
She served an incredible challenge with Lala. I thought because they were neck and neck. Neither one, they were moving in unison. It was beautiful.
They were the best pair.
Yeah,
they were the best pair, I think, overall, arguably. And her runway look was incredible. But Courtney agreeing that Lala Ree was great this week in her performance. But V's agreeing with me. Simone could have been in the top for sure. And Kyle, you wanted Candy to lose his karma. We have a different definition of karma.
Yes, Kyle. That's a fellow Gemini talking. Yes.
Team Josh over there.
Yes, Kyle, it's Team Josh because I agree. She's awful.
I want to, and Dolores, we agree, Simone should always be in the top, just saying. That takes us to, well, first, any final notes on how things shook out? Alex, Daniela?
No, I'm very proud of Lala. Even though Lala wasn't in the top, I do think Lala did get a really good story arc and comeback moment for this week. So that's really the only thing I would have changed, is seeing Lala really get that critique from on the runway.
Critique. Josh, anything you would change, baby?
I don't think I told you what I'd change. Apart from that, I thought this was a great episode. I think it was awesome. I loved the challenge. I thought this disco challenge was one of my favorites. Remind me of the ballet from season 5 with Miss Alyssa Edwards. And it was great. It was great.
I'd love to get into our superlatives for the episode and round this off here. So, Best in Show is our first category, and I would love to start with Josh. Josh, who is your best overall performer for this episode?
Okay, y'all. So I have two, and it's the two that didn't make it into the top.
And y'all, who is your Best in Show? Audience at home, tell us who you think it should be.
Yeah, everyone tell us who your Best in Show is. Mine is a combination of Rosé and Lala Ree. I thought they both brought it this week, and really, I think, proved themselves in different ways. I think Lala Ree slayed it when last week she didn't do so well. She had the worst dress of all time. And I think Rosé brought out her personality and showed her emotion and really did what she needed to do. And it was sad that neither made the top, but they were my tops for the round.
Mm-hmm. Daniela, who was your Best in Show for this episode?
So I know that not everyone's going to agree, but Denali was my favorite.
Okay.
She just rocked it tonight. Her last look, her spider eyes.
Yeah.
It was a surprise at the end that I don't think anyone expected. I think at first it was basic, and then she showed her creative side, and I loved that.
That is true. Mm-hmm. When we saw her come down, we were all like, "Oh, girl, that's not it."
And right, and then we were all like,
"Yeah."
So yeah, I gotta say Denali.
I can see it.
Okay, Alex, who was yours?
My top this week, my Best in Show was Lala for sure. I was entertained by Lala the whole time that she was performing. Her outfit was not the tea, but I have seen queens wear a janky outfit on the stage and then still win the challenge. It's happened. This is RuPaul's Drag Race. It has happened.
Absolutely.
And I think that Lala could have been a queen to wear a not good outfit and still win the challenge. I think that's what should have happened.
Now, I am so thrilled because Dolores and I have the same Best in Show. I think Simone. I think it was Simone. And the reason I say that is because I define the Best in Show category as the queen that is the strongest across the challenge, the runway, is like the most solid in each, even if they weren't necessarily like that standout in one particular. They were the best overall. And Simone for me was the best overall tonight. She had an incredible runway look, an incredible performance in the challenge. But I know, you can't give every challenge to Simone. So right. Next we get over to our dark horse. So I would like to start with Josh. Josh, who is your dark horse this episode?
I think someone in the comments said it, but I agree with them. It's Denali for me. I think, with V. I always agree with me and V. Me and V may be on like the same wavelength here because a lot of our opinions are the same. But I'm going to say Denali. I think Denali, yes, Tiffany says that Denali's choreographer. And yes, Denali might be incredible at dancing. But we thought Denali would be kind of average and kind of what like a Lala Ree or like Tamisha are, but Denali's impressing me. And honestly, Olivia Lux too. Olivia Lux is that dark horse. Did so good tonight, y'all. Did great. So those are my two, Olivia Lux and Denali.
Okay. I would like to go to Alex. Alex, who was your dark horse for the night?
So my dark horse was not a person, but my dark horse was specifically Rosé's challenge outfit because I was shook. I did not know that Rosé had a gorgeous drag body under all of those tulle outfits. I did not know. And she looked fierce. She looked stunning. That outfit was great. It was the challenge to a T. She nailed that. So for me, that dark horse was that surprise of Simone. Oh my goodness. Rosé nailing that look.
I get it. I agree with a lot of our audience, so I'm going to pop in front for a moment, Daniela. But Courtney agrees with me. Olivia was my dark horse this episode. She has been getting the Jan edit. V agreeing, Tiffany agreeing. I've got my finger on the pulse tonight, ladies. It was incredible for me to see Olivia really get to shine. And be as good as we have seen her in the interviews and in the lip syncs. I really enjoyed it. Daniela, who was your dark horse this episode?
My dark horse tonight was Tina Burner. For starters, I'm surprised anyone can keep coming up with different looks that are all yellow, orange, and red. And I think that's kind of cool that she's going with that. But what surprised me is at first she'd come off so campy and so silly. And now she's kind of showing me sexy. And I loved, she walked out and then took her dress off and was in that dripping paint. I loved it. She really surprised me tonight.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think she did a great job. We love Tina here, and she's getting a lot of hate online. So again, folks, send some love to Tina. So finally, we get to our most fun award, the Wendy Williams Award for the Hot Mess Express.
I'm a native New Yorker.
So we get into our Wendy Williams Award for Hot Mess Express of the episode. Josh, take it away.
I was talking about earlier, but Utica is my Hot Mess Express of the round. I'm just getting bored. I'm sorry. And it's bored in a weird way, y'all, because she's bringing it, yes, and it's something fun, and it's stuff we haven't seen, but it's the same thing every round. It's too much kookiness. Show me something else. I'm getting bored. Okay, show me something else.
Folks, do you agree with Josh? Do you have a different Wendy Williams Award for the episode? Let us know in the comments. Daniela, how about you, baby? Who is your Hot Mess Express for the episode?
Oh, the Wendy Williams goes to Rose and her Kleenex Bex dress. I don't understand how you go from wearing this beautiful, sleek, form-fitting outfit I mean, we all saw that body, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we all saw
put on a box? I don't understand that. I think all her looks are boxy, and I'm sad to see her go back to a box. I don't get it.
Like a goth toaster pastry.
Get out of the box, Rose.
What an interesting week where the Rose fan club and the Rose hate club have met at like an interesting middle point.
I love her too. I think she does so good all the time. But
yes,
snatch your waist, bitch. Come on.
Okay, well, Josh, Dolores agrees with you.
Thank you, Dolores.
And Candy following soon. I don't know if I agree on that, Dolores, but
I don't think Rose's Utica.
Candy.
Yeah.
Candy following. And the funeral pillow look agreed completely. Now, Alex, who is your Hot Mess Express for the episode?
I mean, it's obviously Rose's dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
100%.
Because anytime Alex can insult Rose, she's going to.
Eye roll. That she thought Rose should have been in the top, Josh. So you can.
I have praised
your
Rose so much on this podcast, Josh.
You have not
exclusively on today's episode. But so my Wendy Williams Award. I know Rose's dress was so bad. I know I took a big old steamy dump on it, but I have to say it's Lala Ree's hem. Girl, it was too short. How did you not know the dress was so short? What was happening there? You were showing all your goodies. It was Halloween. You were giving out the tricks and the treats. The candy was on display.
She said they told her to step her pussy out, and she showed her pussy off. Here you go.
Here you go.
She wanted.
Are you satisfied? And V said, step her pussy up, and it was fully exposed.
She was pulling on her dress the whole way down the runway.
I loved it. I've been that girl at the club. I love it.
Sloppy.
I know. You see,
Dolores, nothing should be hanging, Dolores. Nothing should be.
Right. Thank you, Dolores. Absolutely. Open it up. I didn't see anything.
We didn't see anything. It's just like when you're wearing, I don't know. You know what? It was right. You're right. The tuck was right.
Oh, don't get cold.
Oh, these
don't get cold.
I don't know. It was controversial. Let's just say that it was a controversial hemline.
Okay, cool.
Y'all, this has been, does she shop in petite? Tiffany, you and I don't know. Dolores, we're all dying here, baby. Folks, this has been an incredible fry slay. We love everyone interacting with us in the comments. Thank you for being here. It's one of the highlights of my week to get to chat and interact with everyone. Like we would get to in a bar if this were all happening. Rewind the tapes. It's still going, babies. Josh, that is Felicity's Twitter. Felicity was a guest on our Survivor Twitter, our Survivor podcast, which you should definitely check out. She is a Detroit improv comedy fave. But we're going to do some round of plugs. Follow Daniela on Instagram at Daniela Violet. She is a wildly talented and hair stylist and definitely worth the follow. Next on our list, we have Alex on Instagram at alexknowsitall.jpg and Twitter at alexknowsitall. Detroit's premier queen of mean, Winter Alex. Super fun content. Check her out. Follow Josh on Twitter at Mendels8 and Instagram as well, I believe. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at sammeiercomedy. Finally, check out the Couch Potato Queen's Twitter to stay up to date on everything we are doing here. That is Couch Potato QWNZ. Y'all, what a great week. What legendary seasons. Tiffany, can we have a UK moment? Girl, we're thinking about it. We're doing a lot of podcasts. We're doing a lot of podcasts.
Can we do a quick lips? Like
no, we cannot. No, we cannot.
Well, we're gonna leave the show. That's our Ginny Lemon moment.
Okay, all y'all have your Ginny Lemon moment. It's been magic. Bye.
Having
y'all...
a slice. Ginny Lemon.
That's so okay, y'all. Remember, we love you. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. We'll see you next week. Bye.